What is up, guys? It's Mr. Lee Redmond here, episode number 6 of the unemployment challenge in Europe. Completely forgot what one it was there. With ISkra Stal in Moldova. We are now, as you can see, up to the transfer deadline day, though I'm not quite sure if they actually have them over in Moldova, to be fair. We'll go through some details, go through the fixtures we've played so far, go through the finances, go through the fixtures and all that. We will have a live com as well in this episode. I'm going to go back to the live comms at the end of every, or during every episode. This one's not going to be that hugely big, but we'll show some details in a second. First things first, transfers. 3 players again. Well, actually, that's last season's. This season, 3 again actually. Leaving Borza, 16-year-old left back. He's got 4-star current ability and 5-star potential. 20 determination and 19 bravery. Wasn't too bad, to be fair. Dmitry Smirnov, a 16-year-old midfielder. I swear he scored against me last year, or somebody else with that name did anyway. Can't quite remember. His report is 4-star and 5-star potential. And the final one, Rustam ISkra, a 5-star, 3.5-star right-sided midfielder, and 5-star potential. So it's all youngsters again, really. Unfortunately, I released most of my youth squad last season because I mainly forgot to actually renew their contracts. Renewed most of the contracts for the first team, apart from a few which really were just kind of on the brink of the actual squad. Didn't play very many games, and I just released them in the end. As you'll see here, I've got no under 21s or under 18s, sorry. That was because due to the fact I actually released them by accident, but I hope we'll get some decent youth intake this year, hopefully, and then we'll see how that goes, and hopefully we'll get some new ones for the future. I mean, I'm mainly buying youngsters anyway because of the fact that we're not in a great financial position, or we just don't get given a big budget. I'm actually at the top end of the budget of $5,000 in wages, and most of the players aren't actually on that much anyway. Let's have a look actually who's on the most. Oh, this guy, Andrei Lebedev at 140 quid, and then we've got Smirnov at 130, and Olivin Borza at 120, and all the new players I signed. Oh wow, really? They're all 16 and they're all like 100 quid each. Didn't actually notice that, to be fair, so we'll have to have a look at that for next season. Value wise, we're not too bad. Best player Alexander Baisev doesn't look great, but he's worth 1.7k supposedly. We'll have a look at the finances. The finances aren't too bad. 21,000 and projected 60 at the end. We have had a couple of takeovers collapse throughout the seasons. I think it's 3 or 4 in total attempts, and they've all collapsed practically straight away, so that's not really making much of a difference. So I've got no transfer budget, so most of my budget is going on wages. I have no scouts either because I can't actually afford to bring any in. Just slightly annoying. But yes, it's not too bad financial wise, and with the players I'm bringing in, it's more towards the future, but you never know. Hopefully we'll get some better players next year, see how we do in the league and all that. So what we'll do is we're now going into the fixtures. Fixtures haven't gone too badly, if I'm being honest, for once. Start off with the friendlies. 3-1 defeat at relegated Lavani. Injury for Lebedev and a goal for Fedov. We then lost 3-1 at home to National Division Dacia, and that was a goal from Nefedev again. We then drew 1-1 to Olympia Boji, who were, I believe, were also in the Europa League this year as well, actually. Vasovchenko was injured, so was Gatagov, and it was an own goal. We lost 2-0 at home to CSCA Rapid. who just got promoted last season, and drew 3-3 at home to Mosami. Stal to goal and Sabatori getting 2. There he did get a little knock. And in the league, as you can see, we're not started too badly. Started 1-1 at Dacia second. Timur Dragni putting Dacia 1-0 up in the 52nd minute. And then effectively with the last kick of the game, Anton Nefedov scored an equaliser to give us a point. It was 12 shots to 9 in their favour. I had 3 on target to their 2. I had 54% possession. We then got our first 3 points of the season, 4-2 home win against newly promoted Rapids CSCA Rapids second side. Didn't quite go to plan as Dan Carbulia, I think is how you say it, put them 1 up on the half hour mark and we won down at half time. Doran Lepascu actually made it 2-0 to Rapid in the 52nd minute. 10 minutes later, Anton Nefedov got 1 back, and then just 60 seconds later he completed his hat-trick to make it 2-2. With 8 minutes to go, Alexander Stralic made it 3-2 to us, and then again with the last kick of the game, Valshchenko made it 4 to give us our first 3 points. It's 12 shots to 7 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 4, and I had 53% possession. We then got a second 4-2 win at Rascani. Nastasi put them 1 up in the 3rd minute. Lebedev equalised for us with just 20 minutes to go. With 8 minutes to go before the end of the second half, Anton Nefedov made it 2-1. And we were 2-1 down, we're 2-1 up, sorry, at half time. 3 minutes into the second half, Lebedev got his second of the game to make it 3-1. And just a couple of minutes later, Alexander Stralic made it 4 with about 14 minutes to go. 13 minutes later, Nastasi did make it 4-2, but we held on to get our second 4-2 win in a row and our second league win of the season. It's 10 shots to 6 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 4. I had 51% possession. We then lost 2-1 at home to Gagozea, I think is how you say it. Popatov did put them 1 up in the 48th minute. He then made it 2-0 just 6 minutes later. They had Oleg Liu sent off and we scored from the penalty spot, resulting from that foul thanks to Nefedov. We weren't able to get another goal and ended up losing 2-1. 10 shots to 4 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 1, and they had 52% possession. And then in the final game of the section, we beat relegated Svinto Georgiou. Stralat in the 35th minute made it 1-0 to us. Right on the stroke of half time now, Ion Ursu made it 1-1. And just after the hour mark, Alexander Basayev made it 2-1 to us, and we held out to take our 3rd win of the season. 13 shots to 12 in our favour. We both had 4 each on target, and we had 51% possession. So as you can see, guys, the league has not actually gone too badly. It's probably one of my best starts. We are 3rd in the table, just behind Intersport Roma and Visorio, I think is how you say it. We do have a game in hand on Intersport because it turned out the first set of fixtures this season we didn't take part in, because as you can see there is 13 teams, so every weekend one team doesn't play, and we actually, very first game of the season is where we didn't play. And we obviously then, over weekend, game round 13 is where we won't play again. So we'll have to hopefully keep in touch there. So that's not gone too badly. As you can see, this is the game. It's Boulderesti in the Moldovan Cup 2nd round. They are a non-league side, so we'll probably end up losing. One thing I found a little weird about the cup, actually, is for some reason all the teams in the top division play about a week before we do. I'm not quite sure why, but they always do. And if they're in Europe, then they actually play about 2 weeks after. So you got here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 of them have already played, and we've got 3 casualties. Quite often see a few of them go out in the first sections, and then none of them will play the same as us. And you got these two. You got CSCA Rapid, SC Varis, Sheriff, and Rapid seconds. Anyone that plays after us like this actually normally means they are in Europe, and I've been keeping an eye on Europe actually for these so far for the season so far, and Moldovan teams don't seem to be doing too badly. I say Moldovan teams, I mean these guys, Sheriff. They have been doing really, really well for basically Moldova. In the Champions Cup, they beat Derry City 3-1 in the second qualifying round. In the third qualifying round, they were drawn with, I think it was, where are they? Are they on this here? These guys, Bulgarian side Ludogorets. They had not played last time I checked, and well, there you go, 3-2. So they're into the playoff round, and even if they lose that, they're in the group stage of the Europa League. And they lost 1-0 to Bate Borisov, which is not an actual bad score, considering you always find that one or two really lesser nations make the playoffs. So you got Banat Yerevan of Armenia and Sheriff Tiraspol Moldova here. If we go to the Europa League, I think, to be fair, in the Europa League, I think they'd all actually gone out. Yeah, they had gone out. You had Dacia going out. One team went out in the first qualifying round, one made it through, and then the other remaining ones went out in the actual the playoffs, sorry. And Sheriff are in the group stage, and something that I always find interesting is that they seem to have actually done pretty well so far this year. I mean, we'll have a look at the first season. See here, they lost the playoffs, and oh no, they won the playoffs, sorry. Beat Austria Vienna and got into the actual Champions League group stage. They didn't actually score a goal, but lost all games. I mean, they did have Dortmund, Shakhtar Donetsk and Porto, so they've done well there. The following season, they, as you can see, made it actually into the group stages of the Europa League. They beat Mika Stanak from Armenia, Beitar Jerusalem and Arsenal Kiev from the Ukraine, and they beat Zazar Lenkoran from Azerbaijan. And in the group stage they actually got a point. They drew Vitesse, they had Liverpool and Schalke, so they actually got points against Vitesse and Liverpool, which isn't too bad. And in this season again they will be in the group stages of the Europa League. It'll be interesting to see where they're actually ranked in Europe, in the European coefficients, because they really should be bumping up, to be fair, again all the way to that, and then making it into the group stage of the Champions League, then Europa League, and then again. So basically they made a group stage every single time, which is huge for Moldovan clubs, especially when you consider Europa League they had to qualify in the first qualifying section and Champions League the second qualifying section. So they've done really, really well. What we'll do, guys, is we will now go into our cup game against Boldoresti. As you can see, I've got two players already on potential suspensions. That is because for some reason the only problem with this database is that unfortunately they've got it so that it's 2 yellow cards before the first suspension, which is a bit irritating, but oh well. So we'll go into this group game. We'll go into this cup game. The actual board wants us to get to the third round, which is the next round. So we'll see how this goes. I've made it into the third round every time. I think last season was my best, which was round, or the last 16. So that's not too bad, to be fair. So we're still waiting for our first highlight, which is no surprise. Here we go. It's a goal kick to them, cleared by the keeper. So struggle with his name, Stal. It's got the ball to Bolshakov, to Lebedev. I think he's my leading goal scorer. No, Nefedov is my leading goal scorer. Back to Bolshakov. Do something with it. Stal. There's a rubbish shot. Lebedev. That's in. 1-0. Keeper should have saved that, to be fair, but it's 1-0 to us. It's a good start. I always think I always aim to try and get where the actual board want me to, and this quite easy normally to get to the next round, because of the fact that basically there's a few non-leaguers, but most of them are, which is surprising actually, because the actual main division starts. Don't you dare! Oh right, okay, so they've equalised straight away. It happens quite a lot for some reason, don't know why, and that is a weird celebration, but there you go. Yeah, we haven't actually got a top division side yet in the second round, which is quite surprising. I'm just waiting. The one time I probably do is when I've got to get to the quarterfinals or some crap like that. So we'll have to wait and see. But so yeah, we've had a decent start in the league, which is quite nice. Another goal kick to them. Another header from Gagutov, Nebedov to Lebedev. Gonna go down the wing. Back into Barshakov, who will square it to Basayev. Rubbish ball there. Absolutely appalling. Would be nice if someone was to close him down. Not even running. And that is a ball over the top. And rubbish tackle. Good save by the keeper. And that's a foul. Thank you. So, yeah, like I've been saying, it's not too bad league so far. One thing I did actually have in the middle section of last year was somebody declaring interest in my job, even though I was actually stable condition for the job, which I thought was a little weird. If I was at risk, then I can understand it. But still, it was a little weird. I think I then won 3 in a row anyway, so I kept it. So we've got Boshkov on the ball, wings it to Lebedev, who hopefully will do something with it. Into Nefedov, back to Gagutov, out to Dudev, and it's to Lebedev again. Get the ball over. No, Boshkov. Dudev in the goal, stroll it. Oh, yes, on the rebounds. 2-1. So hopefully we'll hold it this time, and then we can go into the next round. Hopefully. Oh god, here we go. I think that's Goldban, something like that. Shushuik to Okoku to Mola to score their first goal. Good. Sorokin to Gagutov, Boshkov, Fedov. Someone to run. There we go. Lebedev, he's in. Can he make it free? Put it on beyond doubt? No. Keeper saves and is out for a corner. Swung over by Gagutov. Eventually. That's no one attacking the front post there. Gone out for a throw in to us. And that's the end of the highlight. So we only got 2 minutes of added on time. I think there may be a goal here. Someone can tackle him. Gurban to Berjou. Oh, good, cleared. Basayev. Let's run it down. That'll do. To the corner. Keeps it in. It's offside. But we are over 2 minutes, and there we go. So we are through to the third round. The draw takes place straight after, so we'll have a look at that. What we'll do is first we'll have a look at some of the other scores. Cool, 7-3. There you go. So there you go, you've got like a division side going out, another one going out. So yeah, there's quite a few shocks sometimes, to be quite honest. So it's not too bad. But yeah, so we are through, guys. Let's have a look at the cup draw for the third round. See how that goes. I've made it to where I need to, so I'm not too fast where I finish, or who I get, to be fair. So it would be nice to have a chance of going through. And draw will be done in a minute. Here we go. Automatic draw. We have a home. Oh, great. Either Sheriff Tiraspol or Rapid Seconds. So essentially we've got the holders of the cup, and then so I actually won in 2011, which I didn't realise until just now. Current holders of the league and the cup, basically, so the double winners Sheriff Tiraspol. That is it for this episode, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe, would appreciate it all. Tune in next time for when we are halfway through the season, and we will have another live com, and I believe the live com will be, at the moment, it's going to be Dacia's second side. Potential could be Moldovan Cup depending on when that is. But until then, guys, as always, take it steady.